First time ever, we will crown the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag Team Champion.
All right, guys, we are soon going to talk about the newly announced, soon-to-be AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. We're going to discuss more here at the Pink Square Circle. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we are back at the Pink Square Circle. We're going to talk about, should we be excited for AEW Women's Tag Team Championships? Who will win the AEW Women's Tag Team titles? Now, let's talk about it. Now, Tony Khan recently announced on his big announcement on AEW Dynamite will be, as many has expected, it will be the creation announcement of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. He said that he's been watching the women's division. He's happy of how the women have been progressing AEW. He said they worked hard enough, and it's time for them to get their own tag team championships. As we see, there are plenty of tag teams in AEW. And, you know, I know the design, some people feel funny about it. It looks similar to the men's, which it does. It just say women's in it. But they really can go swell this tag team division if they do it right. Now, we could talk about there could be possibly a team of Mercedes Moné, who hold a lot of belts, 9 belts, and Athena, the current the ROH Women's World Champion. We go there. They could be one. Then we have the team of Tay, which is Tay Mello and Anna Jay. They've been tag teaming for a while now, for some years now. They could be there in the tournament. You know, there's a lot of teams. We also talk about the team of that's going for the past few months, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Now, we know these two have also been clicking well as a tag team. They also in that triangle stable with Thekla. But they also been doing, I can't think of the name of the whole stable, but you guys that watch AEW know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, there's a lot of teams that could work. Now, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan, knowing him, he's going to do a tournament, as he do for many of his championships, especially a brand new one that he's going to introduce to AEW. I believe it will work in some ways, but I think the real reason people don't know of why he's creating these championships, if you guys pay attention to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, they like to keep the belts on relevant superstars who's not in the women's title picture or women's world title picture, but at least somewhat make them feel special or wanted. Like, hey, you're not going to get a world title, we'll put you in a tag team, get you a championship. And it keeps them around for the brand or for whatever promotion that they're working for. It keeps them around, makes them want to re-sign with the company. This is the realistic thing behind it. And I think AEW is going to do the same because Tony Khan, as we know, the women that he does not use on television on a regular basis, whether it's AEW or Ring of Honor, he likes to bench them, sit them around. You know, they don't do anything. We just saw Riho come back. Now she's challenging. She just got through. She challenged for the TBS championship. He does this with a lot of his superstars, but now this could keep a lot of women on television, keep them around when he has the AEW Women's Tag Team Champion. Now, there are a lot of teams here. We also got Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, and also Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, if they ever get back on good terms to be a tag team again. I will say about AEW, they have a lot of tag teams. They have a lot of people that they could put these belts on. I don't know who would the first one be. If I had to take a guess right now, and I'm pretty sure you saw them in here, if you saw pictures of them, I would say more likely if it ain't Mercedes Moné and Athena, it could be Toni Storm and Mina Shakira. It could be that team because Toni Storm just lost the AEW Women's Championship in a 4-way to Chris Statlander at All Out. So they could find a way to keep that on. Toni, keep her around, keep her on TV, keep her relevant. But I believe that's the real reason for the tag team championships. It all come down to booking, just same with WWE. My question is, will it be booked at pay-per-views? Will we see it booked at I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Dynamite and Collision. I'm pretty sure they have it on both shows because they don't do the brand thing like WWE. So they have defended on a regular basis. If you guys pay attention as well, AEW, they also, since they have so many women in AEW, I would not be surprised if he sees the success of these tag team championships and the reception from the fans and from the locker room, from the women's locker room. He could make a trios tag team title later on as well. So don't be surprised if he goes ahead and creates a women's trios tag team title like he already has for the men's division. He could make a women's trio as well, but he's taking the first step in doing the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship first. But I can see him doing the trios. That could be something to be talked about in the near future. But if all the teams, I'm saying they're going to put it on relevancy. Either, it don't matter which team it is, either one of the people that's going to be on each team that's going to be an inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champion, one half of the champion, or it could be both. Toni Storm will be one of them, or Mercedes Moné will be one of them, or it could be both of them and surprise the tag team. They do have history. They had a rivalry. They just fought over the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship at All In when Toni did defeat Mercedes. We could get that as well. But I will say that this is a long time coming. The only thing I don't agree with is the design. As we see for WWE, the Women's Tag Team Championship design is a lot different from the men's design. I kind of wish Tony Khan would have done that because it's still blue. He had the blue and the gold and the black. It's very, very similar to the men's. It just say women's in the middle. I thought he was going to come out with a whole different design, for fans to know that, hey, that is the Women's Tag Team Championship for AEW, but I guess he didn't do that. Who to say, maybe somewhere down the line, if the tag team belts are a success and they stick around, he would change the design of them later on. But other than that, I think it's a great idea for AEW. Great idea for the AEW women's locker room. They have done work. He has the roster of it. Honestly, he should have had it a long time ago, honestly. But it's good that he's doing it now. But there are a lot of teams there. Now, he could do a 16-team tournament. He could have that going on. I would say he didn't say the announcement of when these tag team championships are going to, have the inaugural champion crowned. If I had to guess, kind of similar how he did the AEW Continental Classic Championship or Continental Championship that Eddie Kingston won. He could do something at World's End, which is in December. I think I wouldn't be surprised, actually starting now or very, very soon, he will start a tournament. The tournament will end at AEW's World End. And the finals, it will be a brand new AEW inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champion. He could start there at World's End. He normally likes to do tournaments at World End, and that's a newer pay-per-view, so that would create some histories for the pay-per-view, create history with that title. But I could see that very well happen for AEW. But I don't know. There's a lot of teams there. It's a lot of teams. I don't know how many teams exactly, but I'd say a good at least 6 legit tag teams. And it could be some teams thrown together too. Expect some women come from ROH, Ring of Honor. You expect them to be in this tournament to fill up the tournament bracket space. Or, like I said earlier, women that have not been on TV in a while for AEW. They get called up, bring them back, have them in the fold. I don't think Britt Baker would be one of them, but I will say that could be the case there. It's a good idea, good championship. I will say other than that, AEW already has a plethora of championships. Besides the trio championship that I mentioned, they should create. Other than that, I could see Tony Khan doing. I would say there are no more championships needed. Just have to make use of the championships you have now and just work your way into booking them into shows every week, storylines, and, of course, pay-per-views. But can't wait to see who's going to be the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. It's going to be very, very soon. If not the end of 2025, definitely in the end of 2026. And that's all I have for Should We Be Excited for AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. You guys let me know what you think. Click the link below. Check out other content. Until then, I will see you guys later.